Welcome back to the Valentine Show, guys. I'm your host, Valentine. I expect you guys are having a wonderful day. I'm gonna give my opinion on this whole case of Ahmaud Arbery, but first we're gonna get into facts, cold hard fact, which is important before we make even before we give an opinion. At the end of the day, none of us are lawyers, none of us are attorneys, none of us know the legalities of the things that happen. We're gonna get into a letter that the district attorney, taking care of the case when it happened, send to the Georgia District Attorney's Office, and it's very important details as to why the case has been treated the way it is. Recap: the video shows a person running down the street, and there's a pickup truck in the middle of the street. The pickup truck, in the bed of the pickup truck, there's a guy. Outside the pickup truck, there's a guy with a shotgun. We see the runner, the jogger, Arbery, running towards the pickup truck, crossing it on the right, and as soon as he clears the hood or the front part of the pickup truck, he makes a left turn and attacks the guy which is already on the street. Those are the facts. We don't know how happened. Then obviously after he attacks, a scuffle continues for the shotgun and ends up killing this young man named Arbery, which is a horrible case, and it would have never in my life had happened to me. Why? Because I would have never even gotten out my house to follow an individual, because they claim, or they say that he might have been a person burglarizing construction sites. Okay, now let's try to. This is very sensitive, right? And nowadays, because everything gets portrayed to us with a racist angle, right? Everybody right away, for example, LeBron James is commenting on it, right? And he's talking about this, and he gives his opinion. Why he didn't have no opinion on China, right? Because it was affecting his money, right? All right, okay, no problem. So let's get into this letter right here. These are some of the facts. That way you understand, right? But first of all, before we get into the letter, there's some key questions that you got to ask from just from watching the video, right? So for example, this is what I asked when I saw the video. Why has it taken so long to bring this case in front of a grand jury? For the people that know what a grand jury does, a grand jury decides whether there's enough evidence to get taken to trial. Why hasn't this happened? This letter is gonna let us know a little bit about that. Now, the father-son duo claimed they were doing a citizen's arrest, and some of the main questions that come up regarding this citizen's arrest, first of all, is it legal under Georgia law? That's what I want to know. Is it legal for them to go try to stop this guy, right? And then the manner in which they did it, which was they were brandishing the weapon, the shotgun. The son had the shotgun out for the whole world to see, which is very intimidating to threaten somebody with the use of deadly force, which is what it is if you have your gun out. Okay, now for the victim. Why is he, if he felt scared, if he felt his life wasn't threatened, why was he running towards the truck? If it was me, I would have never been running towards the truck. I would have been running somewhere opposite. And especially if the truck was facing away from him, I would have, run back in the opposite direction or run across or something, or parallel. And the point that I see that nobody is asking, I haven't seen nobody brought this up in none of the videos that I watched, is why did he, as soon as he went to the right, why did he make a left turn and attack the guy with the shotgun? He lunged at a guy that had a weapon. I don't know if pointed at him. The video doesn't show that, but he had a weapon, right? Why did he do that as soon as he crossed the truck? Now, these are the facts of the district attorney who recused himself, meaning he took himself off of the case because the mother of Arbery, saying that there was a conflict of interest. Now let's see what it says. This is a letter addressed. This is gonna give us the clues. This is gonna tell us everything. This is the most important piece as to why the case was treated the way it has been treated. Office of the District Attorney, Waycross Judicial Circuit. This is George E. Barnhill is the one who writes the letter, district attorney right here. So let's see what it says. Okay, my office received the Arbery autopsy report dated 4/1/2020. So look, right off the back on 4/1 was when they received autopsy report yesterday, and have received it and have reviewed it yesterday and this morning. We are waiting on this important evidentiary article before finalizing our opinions. However, since we are initially requested to handle the case, the victim's mother has clearly expressed she wants myself and my office off the case. She sees a conflict in that my son works in the Brunswick District Attorney Office, where Greg Michael, the father, the guy on the truck, is retired some time ago. He was a law enforcement officer there. Maybe giving clues as to why it took so long. Is there any preferential treatment towards the retired Greg Michael, which was a law enforcement article? That's a legit question. She believes there are kinship between the parties. There are not, and has made other unfounded allegations of biases. As such, I believe it's better for my office to step out, and I am going to recuse myself and the assistants working for me from handling the case. I am contacting Georgia's Attorney General office and seeking their assistance in finding another district attorney in the state to handle the further evaluation of prosecution in this case. That is, to determine whether there is sufficient evidence on which to make a grand jury presentation or not. Given the governor's current shelter in place, this is why it taking so long. Given the governor's current shelter-in-place order and Justice Milton's judicial emergency order, I cannot venture a guess as to when they will move on this request. And once another is found, when that district attorney will have the staff available to review this case file, I hope for all the involved, it will move along quickly as possible. So because of the coronavirus, there's a state order in place, and then a Justice Milton, which is the head justice in the Georgia Supreme Court, if I'm not mistaken, he ordered an amend of the services given by the district attorney's office and all these courts and whatnot. Because of the coronavirus, this thing possibly got delayed. Okay, after talking by telephone with you yesterday, I appreciate there is an immediate pressure on your department to issue of an arrest. Since I have already given you an initial opinion the day after the shooting, I feel I can still comment on this limited issue. Okay, here where it says first, he goes into his service and what he does. Now, let's talk about here what he says is. Second, as to the case in my profession, it's my professional belief that the autopsy confirms that we had already viewed, as shown in the videotape with the photographs and from the witness statements taken immediately at the case. The autopsy supports. Here we go into the facts. The initial opinion we gave on February 24, 2020 at the briefing room in the Glynn County Police Department after reviewing the evidence you had at the time. We do not see grounds for an arrest of any of the three parties. Now the question is, why don't you see grounds for an arrest, right? Third, it appears Travis McMichael, Greg McMichael, and Brian Williams, it might have been the guy recording, because we got a question, who's recording this? Like what happened before that this person is, recording it? Like nobody just, hey, I'm driving, let me record this guy running in the street. Nobody does that. So it might have been this guy recording, Brian Williams. We are following in hot pursuit a burglary suspect with solid first-hand probable cause in their neighborhood and telling him to stop. It appears their intent was to stop and hold this criminal suspect until law enforcement arrived. Under Georgia law, this is perfectly legal. The citizens arrest they were going to do, they were going to hold them until the police comes. Perfectly legal. So they could have chased this guy and hold him down under Georgia law. According to the district attorney, this is perfectly legal. And he goes on to cite the law right here. OCCGA 17-460. Blah, 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 whatever that says. Now, fourth, it clearly appears Travis McMichael and Greg McMichael had firearms being carried in an open carry fashion. The investigation shows neither of them to be convicted felons or under felony supervision. They were in a motor vehicle owned by Travis McMichael. Under Georgia law, this is legal open carry. My personal question was brandishing this weapon, was carrying this weapon out in a open form, was this legal? That's intimidating. Is this legal under Georgia law? according to the district attorney, this is legal. He goes here to cite the law also, OCGA 16-11-126. Now, the fifth, and this is the most incriminating, at least as to the district attorney, as to why no arrest warrants were issued for these two individuals. Pay attention, guys. Fifth, the video made by Brian Williams, they call him William Bryan, I don't know why they switch up the names as to I read before, clearly shows a shooting in real time. From said video, it appears Ahmaud Arbery was running along the right side of the McMichael truck, then abruptly turns 90 degrees to the left and attacks Travis McMichael, who was standing in the front corner of the truck. A brief skirmish ensues, in which it appears Arbery strikes McMichael and appears to grab the shotgun and pull it from McMichael. The first shot is through Arbery's right hand palm, which is consistent with him grabbing and pulling the shotgun at the barrel tip. The second and third wounds are consistent with the struggle for the shotgun as depicted in the video. The angle of the second shot with the rear of the bus stock being pushed away and down from the fight and are also consistent with the upward angle of the blood plume shown in the video at what McMichael was attempting to push the gun away from Arbery while Arbery was pulling it towards him. So there's a struggle. That's what that's saying. There's a struggle there, and the shots, according to the autopsy, confirm this. Remember, there's video of this. The third shot too appears to be in a struggle over the gun. The angle of the shot in the video shown this was from the beginning or almost immediately became a fight over a gun. Look where they're going with it. This was a fight over a gun. Given the fact Arbery initiated the fight, the jogger, look what did they say? According to the video, shows that Arbery, the jogger, initiated the fight, which that's what the video confirms. At the point Arbery grabbed the shotgun, under Georgia law, McMichael was allowed to use deadly force to protect himself. Self-protection. The whole thing, at least according to the district attorney, is self-protection. Just as importantly, while we know McMichael had the finger on the trigger, we do not know who caused the firings. Arbery will only had to pull the shotgun approximately 1/16 to 1/8 of 1 inch to fire the weapon himself, and in the height of the altercation, this is entirely possible. Now look at this. Look at these allegations. Only they know. This is a letter. They have the facts. They have the records. Arbery's mental health records and prior convictions help explain his apparent aggressive nature and his possible thought pattern to attack an armed man. And they cite the use of deadly force here, which is, to protect yourself. For the above and foregoing reason is our conclusion there is insufficient probable cause to issue arrest warrants at this time. So this is the main gist of the whole situation. They say it was self-defense. They're claiming the video shows that Arbery attacked first, which is what shows that Arbery attacked first, and that the guy who had a shotgun, who had a gun, was fighting literally for his life for the shotgun not to get taken away from him. And that way, because if not, it would have been him or the other guy. I mean, again, sadly, there's a loss of life taken, but we still have to wait. We cannot, make our decisions based on the video. But what is the outrage too, also from people, is that why isn't there equal outrage for the guy in Michigan, the black guy, the black security guy in Michigan who got killed because he told a black woman also to put on her mask. Then she spits at him, goes and gets another individual who comes to the store, to the Family Dollar, and kills him. Why there is an outrage because of that? Oh, maybe because it's black on black crime. So that doesn't matter because there's black on black crime. So now they trying to, and it doesn't fit the narrative. So this fits the narrative. This is black versus white. The media is doing a big disservice to individuals that are not able to process information properly, who are not able to go and get the evidence that they need to make sound judgments on things, and not always constantly looking it through the guise of racism, because always crying wolf all the time and always saying there's racism, it is going to desensitize the population when real racism and real prejudice happens. Those are just my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Remember, we're doing a big push on the channel to get the channel to 1,000 subscribers. Believe it or not, this channel does not have 1,000 subs. We need your help. Subscribe, give me a like, give me a comment. God bless. Godspeed me, Valentine. I'm out.